According to the Biographical Bible, second edition, there are 3,237 biblical characters named in Scripture, with 1,443 characters who do not have unique names. In the Bible, there is 4 Benjamins and 14 Josephs and 31 Zacharias. Now, most important individuals are 1. Aaron, the older brother of Moses and first high priest of Israel. Read Numbers 26 verse 59 and Exodus 28 verse 1. 2. Abel, second son of Adam and Eve, was being killed by his older brother Cain. Read Genesis chapter 4 verse 2. 3. Abraham, father of Hebrew nation and ultimate role model for faith. Read Genesis 12 verse 1 to 3. And First Chronicles 1 verse 34 and chapter 2 verse 1 to 2. 4. Adam, he was the first human being of world. Read Genesis chapter 1 verse 27. 5. Balaam, he was a false prophet who attempted to curse Israel and thus prevent them from entering the promised land. Read Numbers chapter 23 to 24. 6. Bathsheba, she was the wife of David and the mother of Solomon. Read 2 Samuel 12 verse 24. 7. Belshazzar, a Babylonian king condemned by God for his blasphemy through a written message on a wall during a drunken banquet, as interpreted by Daniel the prophet. Read Daniel 5. 8. Boaz, the husband of Ruth, great-grandfather of King David, and an ancestor in line leading to Jesus Christ. Read Ruth 4 verse 13 and 21 to 22. Read also Matthew 1 verse 5 to 16. 9. Cain, he was the first baby to be born on this earth and would later murder his younger brother Abel. Read Genesis 4 verse 1 and verse 8. 10. Caleb, he was a faithful partner of Joshua, who argued Israel to enter the promised land at Kadesh Barnea, as opposed to the 10 evil spies. Read Numbers 14 verses 6 to 9. 11. Silas, this Persia king issued the return decree allowing the Jews to go back and rebuild Jerusalem. Read 2 Chronicles 36 verse 22 to 23. 12. Daniel, he served as prime minister in Babylon under Nebuchadnezzar and Darius, and he interpreted the handwriting on the wall to King Nebuchadnezzar. Read Daniel chapter 2 verse 48 and 6 verse 1 to 3. 13. David. He was the greatest king of Israel, the father of Solomon, and the author of over one half of the psalm. Read Psalms 78 verse 70 and 2 Samuel 12 verse 24 and 23 verse 1 to 2. 14. Deborah. This is Israelite prophetess and judge, helped Barak in defeating their nation's enemies. Read Judges 4 verse 4 and Judges 8 to 9. 15. El. He was high priest of Israel, who helped raise Samuel in the tabernacle, and later died in great sorrow upon hearing that the Ark of the Covenant has been captured by Philistine. Read 1 Samuel 1 verse 17 to 20 and Samuel 4 verse 12 to 18. 16. Elijah. A fearless Israelite prophet who defeated his enemies on Mountain Carmel and was later caught up into heaven without dying. Read 1 Kings 18 verses 16 to 45 and 2 Kings chapter 2 verse 1 to 18. 17. Elisha. He was a successor of Elijah, who parted the Jordan River and healed Naaman of his leprosy. Read 2 Kings chapter 2 verse 9 to 14. 18. Enoch. He was the first of two individuals taken from earth without dying. Read Genesis chapter 5 verse 23 and 24. Hebrew 11 verse 5. 19. Esau. He was brother of Jacob and the father of Edomite. Read Genesis 25 verse 26. 20. Esther. This Jewish Persia queen saved her people from an attempted Holocaust. Read Esther chapter 7 verse 3 to 6 and chapter 8 verse 3 to 8. 21. Eve. She was wife of Adam and the first mother of the world, successful, tempted by Satan. Read Genesis chapter 2 verse 22 and chapter 3 verse 1 to 6. And in 1 Timothy chapter 2 14. 22nd. Ezekiel. This prophet and priest became the key religious leader to the Jewish people in Babylon during the Babylonian captivity. Read Ezekiel chapter 1 verse 3 and Ezekiel chapter 2 verse 3 to 4. 23. Ezra. He was a learned Jewish scribe and priest who read Jewish return from the Babylonian captivity back to Jerusalem. Read Ezra chapter 7 verse 1. 24. Gideon. He was sixth military leader of Israel during the days of the judges, who defeated a vastly superior enemy army with just 300 chosen men. Read in Judges chapter 6, 14. 25. Hagar. She was a second wife of Abraham and mother of Ishmael. Read Genesis chapter 16, verse 1 to 3 and 15.